Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to be flying the P-51, which as you can tell is quite different from what we usually fly around here, namely jets. Props fundamentally are very different to flying jets. You can transfer some, but the notable difference that I've noticed in flying props in sim is that aerial dogfights feel so much more personal. It feels like a knife fight, whereas flying jets, it almost feels like you're just shooting someone with a gun from far away. It feels very personal and so up close. And prolonged fights in sims can get quite tiring almost, because you're just trying to wear out the enemy and see what they can do, pull out a mistake. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you would like to see more props, please do let me know. Additionally, I hope you guys like the little things that I do at the start of my videos. I try to give you guys a bit of eye candy, essentially, in the beginning, but if there's anything you would rather see at the beginning of my videos, or before I start, or just completely remove them, that's also something I would like to know as well. Every feedback, I just like listening to you guys and seeing what you have to say, and enjoy guys, take care. As we get to a comfortable altitude, I like to stick around roughly around 3,000 meters or 15,000 feet usually, but if not, slightly lower is just fine, good enough for me. Well, when you're flying props as well, you obviously have less technology to help you with your situational awareness. You really have to look around more often, and what you can also do is another aspect to sim is that you have a blind spot, which can be very glaring, and you'll often find yourself having someone behind you on your 6 without you realizing. It's very good to utilize the blind spot, because you can see when someone can't tell you're there and you're like just underneath them. You will also see this later on in this video, and I'll mention it again once it happens. And as we can see, there's a B-17, just gonna buzz him, just let him know that he has a friendly aircraft nearby. It feels so cool, you know, just being in a Mustang or flying past a B-17. There was a plane just behind him, but I did not see him. As I look behind, obviously I hear gunfire. That is not a good sign. I was just with him a second ago. I do feel really guilty. But obviously I'm trying to look for targets anyway. It just, like I said before, that's another blind spot issue. I don't have RWR to check if there's an enemy behind me. It's purely based on sight at this point. And I have no communication either. I'm just playing solo. So communication and eyesight is probably the #1 factor in being more successful and increasing your situational awareness in game. I'm now going to avenge that B-17 by chasing this aircraft. Lost his flaps, he must have panicked. As we're now basically going to be in a slight rolling scissors, I'm still behind him, comfortable, just trying to line up my shot. He J's out though, and that is very unfortunate, but I'll take that as a kill. B-17 avenged. Swiftly moving on, I'm obviously just patrolling, seeing if there's any targets around, and obviously I see the distinct silhouette of a BF-109. Go to move up my shot, and that's just a good kill. I don't know why, but my aim is so much better with a joystick than using my mouse for AirRB. I'm currently just scanning, seeing if there's anything else, but that was a good kill. Moving on, we have another target I see in the distance. I will say one thing, eagerness can get you killed. if you go super aggressive, you just focus on one aircraft. Soon after, maybe an enemy can come in and essentially third party you, and it's not what you want, but at the same time there's such a thrill in just trying to finish off the enemy you're trying to down. So I get a hit there, probably a bit too far away. I can obviously hit the shot still, but it's not going to be as effective. I could probably have got more shots off if I fired a bit later. Get a critical. If that was intentional, that slight flat spin, then that was a good move. Still just trying to get behind him. I think at some point though I do hear shots nearby, and that was a telltale sign that I should have looked around and maybe see if there's anyone on my 6. Still trying to just get him. I have tunnel vision at this point, and it will ultimately lead to my demise in this engagement. So now I put myself into no man's land, and the aircraft that I heard earlier nearby turns out to be an enemy, and that's very unfortunate. Please, please, please check the map when you're playing props, because your friends can give you a good idea of where they are, and you can kind of base like a small plan from that, devise a small plan and engage. As I'm flying to the objective, I see another aircraft flying in the same direction, and as you can see, he's parallel to me, but he's slightly below and under his wing. That means I am in his blind spot. I will line myself up behind him, just slot my aircraft slightly behind, pull up. He doesn't know I was there, and I just line myself up for a decent kill. Oh, what a kill. In Air RB, that wouldn't have happened because obviously you have the third person view. He could have just seen me and flown away. Another aspect to Sim which is different. Still in the air, still kicking, still fighting. I see another aircraft which I will go to pursue. Still need to identify. Up close, that looks like the TR-152. This aircraft is quite a unique one in props because the TR-152 is very good in a 2 circle, has great energy retention. I believe it's to do with the design of the wings. So what I'm trying to do is trying to finish this early, you know, he is definitely trying to force a 2 circle at some point, but all I can do is try and get the early kill and focus on getting him within the 1 circle engagement. He can outturn me also, which does not help. Just managing my speed and making sure I can line up a shot.
Attention to the map.
Got a nice hit there. Not enough though, he's still flying.
Guide on me.
Even when the target is under your nose, if you think you've lined up correctly, just let it rip, you know, just keep firing. Don't wait to see if he lines up with your gun sight, just fire, and usually, if you've timed it correctly, you will get the hit. Just like that, I got a critical. I end up getting a maneuver kill. Perhaps I gave him enough damage that he could not just fly properly and just crash into the ground subsequently. I noticed that there's some ground targets, and very immersive, fly over the friendlies and see if there's any enemy ground targets I can engage in the process. My aim here is not that good, and lining up for ground targets is way more awkward than I realised. Here is now another situation that I find myself in. The friendlies are to my rear, but then I see 2 unknown targets to the front. I get slightly anxious as the target gets closer, but I cannot deny that is a Dora 190. I do see a secondary target just behind, so I'm going to wait for this second guy to pass. Then after this merge, I basically turn into the first target as he is going to try to engage me.
Need backup.
I now force a merge with the first guy who flew past. I then keep tabs on the second aircraft,
Cover me.
put myself into a flat spin, and there I cannot do any more. Should have maintained my speed properly at that point, and so all I can do now is just fly defensively. I put myself in a bit of a panic. I'm seeing, 2 targets. The most I can do now is try to survive, be as awkward as I can for the enemy to shoot, keeping tabs on my rear, and I'm obviously calling for backup in the process. Find myself into a flat spin, which can sometimes, force an overshoot for the enemy. It's very helpful in that regard. I'm hoping that they take that I'm fainting death now, and I will try to recover from the flat spin as soon as possible. Okay, the plane is stabilized. I go straight for the deck. The initial engagement was from such a high altitude that, forcing those aircraft to go down while requesting backup will help the team, because they'll see what's happening and will pursue. But I managed to get out of that. I could have been shot down. Okay, so I'll end the video now with the landing. I'm currently damaged from that last 2v1 and just want to get back to base and repair. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate every single one of you. If you like the propeller content, please let me know. I'll do more. But it seems like you guys currently like the jets, moreover. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Anything that will help me on the algorithm would be greatly appreciated. Maybe one day I'll get the content partnership program with Gaijin. Please take care, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Take care.